They will never do that again. I've made each of them swear a solemn oath that when I die for the final time, I will be buried in the deep, dark dirt, not put on display in some glass casket for the world to see like some museum exhibit. All my life, people have assumed I'm fragile. I suppose that's only to be expected, having lost my mother when I was very young, and being brought up by a father with a weakness for a pretty face, and a stepmother who tried unsuccessfully to bump me off 3 times. Also, I'm the most beautiful woman in the country, if not the world, and a princess to boot. Sorry if that makes me seem quite vain. It's not. It's just the way things are. Beauty is just an illusion. I know it's a cliche to say that it's only skin deep or in the eye of the beholder, but for a while my life was one big cliche. In a fair princess, a wicked stepmother, a handsome prince, happily ever after kind of way. Believe me, beauty is a curse, not a blessing, and I'd give anything to be ordinary, plain, or just ugly. It took me a while to find my way back here, to this little house in the forest with its 7 inhabitants. It's the only place I've ever felt at home. When the prince lifted me out of the glass coffin and dislodged the apples from my throat, everyone, including me, assumed that we would have a fairy tale ending. A tearful reunion with my father, a painful end for my stepmother. That dreadful mirror smashed into smithereens, every girl's fantasy wedding to a handsome man. I should have been living the dream, but my husband... My husband turned out to be as pathetic and shallow as my father, and I ended up having to play mother to both of them. So I fled, back to my small companions who never ask or expect anything of me, and accept me as I am, warts and all. Warts, if only. They don't treat me as if I'm made of glass and will break if they do so much as look at me. Mind you, they are a little more protective now that I'm pregnant. None of us know or care which of them is the biological father, and we've agreed not to speculate. Whoever it is, I hope the baby takes after him. If this child is a girl, and I have a strong feeling that it will be, I will have so many important lessons to teach her. Not to waste time looking in the mirror, never to buy anything from a peddler, and that even the shiniest, rosiest of apples are not to be trusted. And when it came down to it, I couldn't bring myself to destroy the magic mirror. So against my better judgment, I brought it with me. I'm not sure why, but now I'm glad I did. If that day ever comes when it tells me that my daughter is much more beautiful than me, I will smash it and use one of its edges to make a cut on each side of her face, just deep enough to leave scars. Not out of jealousy, you understand, but to stop this curse from happening to her.